Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is. And today it's one of those rainy days, but I am out here and I do have my umbrella. So anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you can also give my videos a thumbs up, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can leave me a message down below, beep, 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 and don't be afraid, don't be shy, swing by and say hi to Starlight. And you can also check out my playlist. Plus, you can find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So I do want to reach out to all of you, and all of you that have been there from the beginning all the way till now. Yes, there is one that has been there from the beginning all the way through till now, that has been supporting my YouTube channel. Thank you. And all of you that have been there throughout the time on my YouTube channel, or you might have just joined Starlight. So thank you for being here with me, and we are all family, whether you like it or not. We are family. So you gotta understand that. So I want you to feel welcome here on my YouTube channel. I'm here to help people and to help inspire people, and also to teach people different things in life. And so, am I perfect? Absolutely not. So I will accept your flaws. Now you have to understand that Starlight is here announcing, hello, I am not perfect, but I am doing my best, and that's all we can really do. But now we can get to the video for today, and today is about taking people for granted. And we all have gone through this, right? Is taking people for granted. And it is so important is not to take people for granted, is to really appreciate the people that we have in our life, whether it's your family, your mom or dad, or whoever they are, your family, your friends, a dog down the road, the animals. Don't take them for granted either. We should act like a family and not act like strangers, but in this world, we really do have to protect ourselves at the same time, so be kind to people when you're out and about. And, there are people all the time at different times, different places, we're all one, we all bleed red. It's not about the skin color, it's about what's going on inside, and to understand nobody's perfect out there, not even the ones out there that might claim that they got it all figured out, but they have flaws. All of us have flaws. So we have to accept other people and their flaws, and not that they have to keep those flaws, but they can work on changing those things in their life so they can be the change that they want to see, or even become their greatest version of themselves. So today, it is so important, like, are you taking people for granted? When people give you a helping hand or help you out, and and that is where you gotta be mindful. It should be an energy exchange somehow or another. Sometimes it might not happen. Somebody might help you along the way on your journey, and you might not be able to help them out at that point. But a kind word, being grateful for those people in your life, and being, thank God for those people. Starlight does this all the time, is I ask God to bless those people that help me out. And it's so important not to take people for granted, because that could mess them up, where they might never want to help anybody else out. And if you take them for granted, and they know that you're taking them for granted, is that they might not want to help you out anymore. So it's okay that we have needs at times, or some people have needs and they need help and they might not be able to give back, but like Starlight, if she can, she will give back like energy, like inspiration or wisdom or knowledge that, you know, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people that have wisdom and knowledge and they went through hell to get that wisdom and knowledge. So don't take it lightly that when somebody helps you out with a kind word or, you know, give you wisdom or knowledge, because that is a part of an energy exchange. Spending, you know, being there for people that have been there for you, like your parents. You know, if you got parents that are, you know, really great parents, they call you up and they ask you, hey, are you okay? Can we help you? Is there something we can do? Or, you know, do you have parents like that that check up on you and see how you're doing? Or do you have the kind of parents that never call up and see how you're doing? Or, you know, are they ever worried about you, or do they check up on you? So if you got those parents out there that are checking on you and seeing how you're doing, and they always lend a helping hand, it's not all about them, you know, like, hey, what can you do for me all the time? It should be an energy exchange where, you know, they're looking out for you and you're looking out for them. And wow, the rain, I'll just show you really quick. So yeah, the rain is it's getting heavier. So raining cats and dogs right now. So anyway, yeah, with people, like, how about your kids? You know, are you taking your kids for granted? You know, now some of you might have little tots, you know, the little ones, you know, and they are so beautiful and they are so precious. And yes, they teach us a lot of lessons in life. But I'm talking about kids when they get to be adults. Don't take your adult children for granted, you know. If they are there helping you, you know, I do know people right now, yes, Starlight, right now, that the parents are taking their children for granted, where, you know, they won't even call up their son to say, hey, you didn't have to plow our driveway, or, you know, and they never even call the son up and say thank you. All they have is something to complain about. They don't have anything good to say about, you know, their son, when their son has always been there to help them out with mowing their grass or plowing their driveway, you know. And so are you taking people for granted? And sometimes people have motives why they do that shit, you know. Why don't you call that person up and say, hey, you know, you saved me a lot of money by plowing my driveway or mowing the grass, you know, where that person didn't charge them nothing to do that work, but they take them for granted, you know. And there's reasons why sometimes people do these things, and you don't want to do that to people. Is to really, if somebody is doing something to help you out in any which way, it could be spending time with you, you know. You can do something to help them out. Maybe they have a need. Find out what they need. And how about relationships? Ooh, people take people for granted in relationships. Oh yeah, now we're talking, right? Wow. Yeah. Take, you know, and disrespect them, you know, not appreciate the people that they have in their life, you know, and, you know, playing head games and mind games and, you know, seeing how much more they can take, getting them to do all the dirty work in the house, you know, and taking them for granted, having them, you know, work their ass off, pay bills, you know, and not even appreciate them, you know, to the point where they're not even, you know, in relationships. I'm talking about a guy and a girl where they don't even get intimate with a person. They just want their money. They just want them to be a slave to the relationship by going and doing all the dishes, doing the yard work, doing all the repairs where they don't have to call anybody, you know. Because I'll tell you what, a handyman is handy to have, right? You know, Starlight is that chick. I like love handymen because they save people a lot of money. But what are you doing to help that handyman, or even Starlight's a handy woman, is what are you doing to show them how you appreciate the stuff that they do around the house? People act like, you know, oh, that's what he loves doing, but he didn't have to do that, or she didn't have to do it, because Starlight has been in relationships where the guy didn't know nothing. I was the handy girl, and I knew how to fix things and build a bodybuilding machine together, where the man had no clue how to use the tools or even, to figure it out, where Starlight has got that mind to, figure things out like that. I'm a problem solver. I can fix things. I'm really good for a female. So do you take those people for granted, all the things they do? How about women, guys, how about the women, do you take them for granted of, cleaning the house and doing your laundry? Cleaning the toilet. She doesn't clean the toilet. Kick her out. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Starlight's just kidding. No. Do you take her for granted for her folding your laundry and iron your clothes? That's Starlight. Starlight will do all that with no complaints. It should be, like, hey, I love you so much that, you know what? It's my pleasure to do these things because I appreciate what you do. It's an energy exchange where you're appreciative of that person by what they're doing, and you give back. You give back to those people who are there for you. It's not all about taking all the time. It's about giving and receiving. So there's so many ways that we can give and, receive, and you got to be mindful of the people that you have in your life. Don't take them for granted, because you don't know how long they're going to be around, So it's really good not to only check up on your family members when the holidays come, but are you checking up on them in between the holidays? It shouldn't be, oh yeah, it's a holiday. Oh yeah, I do have parents, I do have family. Oh yeah, I'll just check up on them on the holidays, and then the rest of the year you don't check up on them. Is that really, doing the right thing? You gotta ask yourself that. Is that the right thing to do, is only check up on them, when the holidays? I know people in my life, the only time that they came around is on the holidays. Hey, let me think, I'm just gonna, certain holidays, that was the only time. Hey, what do you got for me? It's that holiday, it's my day, today is my day, you're supposed to be there to give me something. And you know what? That's the only time they really wanted to, there's people that I know, they won't even call you up. But when they want something, they don't even like the phone. But when they want something, they know how to pick up the phone. But when they realize that you don't have anything to give them, or you can't give them anything, they don't even call you up and see how you're doing. So really don't take the people for granted that you have in your life, because you don't know how long they're going to be there. And when I say you don't know how long they're going to be there, is God could take them any time, any day. So really, with your family, your kids, don't take your kids for granted. What about your friends? What about your friends? Do you take your friends for granted? Do you just, take from them and not give back? And sometimes, people are in situations where they, financially wise, they might not be able to give them something. But there's so many ways of giving. Giving is not just about material value. It's not about money. It's about time. It's about what they say. It's about how they make you feel. Do you have any friends out there that make you feel good, or, they inspire you, or they lift you up, or they communicate with you, they spend time with you? Those are other ways of giving. So don't think it's just about money and presents and all that. That's great if you can do that, but you know what? Words, actions speak louder than words, but really, what you say to them, and you're there for them. Check up on them when you think there's something wrong, and you're like, I don't know if everything's going good with that person, he's my friend or she's my friend, and I'm going to check up on him, I'm going to put my pride down, and I'm going to take that risk of saying, hey, is everything okay? You seem a little quiet, that is what good friends are about, is to really check up on each other. I know I've had a friend, have a friend where, I thought he had COVID, and because I didn't see him for a while, and I'm like, I think he might have gotten COVID. Maybe he's like, because it was really a horrible experience for me when I caught COVID, and I was going through it on my own. I did have a friend out there, that helped me through that, but I didn't have anybody physically, there to help me through it, but I did have somebody, out there that knew that I was going through it. So they were there helping me, not that they were there physically to help me. So it is good to check up on your family, check up on your friends, and if that's your real friend. So don't take people for granted, because you don't know how long they're going to be. And what if somebody, was being taken granted of, and they decided to break up with you because they're tired of it? You might find yourself alone and not even have anybody, and that would be a lesson for you to learn is, why did they leave? Well, you were taking advantage of them. You were using them. You were, like not really respecting them. You were, it was all about you. So you don't want to do that. You really, because that is a lesson. And, if you don't learn that lesson, then what are you going to do in the next relationship? Take them for granted too. So you really want to learn your lessons on not taking people for granted. Really appreciate, tell them how you feel. Let them know that, hey, I really appreciate you. Thank you. When's the last time you said, I would like to swear right now? It's the little things in life, really, by saying thank you. Take some time out, or even write a card, send a card to somebody and say thank you. Thank you, 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 thank you. And when you give, don't expect anything back. That is the proper way of giving, is saying, you know what? I just had somebody the other day say that is, he helped because he loves to help. And that is the attitude that we should have, is when you're going to help, do it because you want to. Do it because it's in your heart. Don't do it, like, I don't really want to do that, so be real with yourself and be real with others. But, just like giving gifts or whatever, it should come from the heart. You should say, hey, I wanted to do this. I feel great about this, and on this journey, people that want to help, they will help. People that don't, will not. So anyway, I love you. Starlight's got to get going. I got I don't know how much weight on my back right now. So I love you, and don't take people for granted. You don't know how long they're going to be there, in life, and inspire the people out there that are out there, like on YouTube, and help them out on their YouTube channel, that are the people that are sticking their necks out to help other people out. Not that YouTube creators are perfect, but they're out there. You don't know what goes on behind the curtain on for YouTubers. I do know people, they go through a lot of shit on their YouTube channel, and a lot of people might not even be aware of the crap that they got to go through to get the word out and help people out so they can live better lives and healthier lives. So anyway, I love you. You could give this video a thumbs up. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget, you can leave a message down below, beep, 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 and you could check out my playlist. Plus, you could find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman. And you could share my videos with your family or friends. Worms, because yes, worms love the rain, and birds, because the birds like to eat the worms when they're yeah, it's a dog eat dog world, right? So anyway, I love you, and this is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight, love, light, and peace.